panel discussion, we will gather everyone to discuss actually quite a handful of topics. First of all, we will have, actually not in particular order, but these are some of the things that we'll discuss about, which is crafting good and secure digital experiences to secure anywhere across physical and virtual borders. Also, proactively to detect, protect, and quarantine these attacks. Not only that, we'll talk about to bring context and automation into securities management. So, so at the beginning, let's start here with Peter and Elton. Now, digital, we hear this word all the time. Now, it's almost like a latest buzzword. Some people say, what's fidgeting? I'm like, no, it's not fidgeting, it's digital. So with this buzzword for the omnichannel, the customer experience, what is your organization's experience in delivering these like total digital experiences for all of your stakeholders, from say customers to employees? What's your take on that?
Hi. Yes. Thank you for inviting me to the panel. I think so. At Prenetics, we've been working a lot on providing healthcare solutions for customers, and these solutions aren't just well, obviously they are tests. There are also personalized care, but mainly they also connect to our digital experience. That means all of our services and product through online experience, through our app, our mobile app. For example, one of our consumer products, Circle DNA, provides over 500 reports with single swap, and that can be done at home, right? So in terms of the experience, is that you can do all this tests at the comfort of your home, but all of the interaction with data, with services, and feedback also is through this digital experience, through our app, and all of the time we are looking into how we first of all improve that experience, providing services and services after they have the insight. So, for example, they do a test and then they receive the report. All of that again is through digital means, and that means they have access to that data. They can use that data to gain insight about themselves, and then they can actually use that to further their health journey.
Maxim started the journey of digitalization long ago, even before these buzzwords became popular. We have many use cases, like I believe most of you have been using, like remote queuing application. If you want to like have a dinner at a sushi store, you can start queuing at home. You go to a coffee shop, you can start ordering and pay, and you can just pick up your coffee or the snacks when you walk into the store. You don't have to wait. This strategy aligns with company culture and core values to connecting people with great experiences and innovation. So everything is sweet technology. We need connectivity. And of course, security is always a challenge. In these modernized applications, edge computing, cloud computing, we need to connect everywhere. And we even not start talking about like open APIs and third-party integration, like those delivering so-called riders, delivery companies, and third-party integrated with the mobile apps of the commercial stores. People can queue using their stores. We need to open up the APIs. So it's all talking about the attack surface. This will be a very big challenge.
So that's why I want to ask actually Nick and Terry. So for both of you, what are some of the potential threats, say, for businesses when they're delivering these digital experiences? As I just forecast, it always comes at a cost when you get all the benefits. Can you actually share more insight on that?
Actually, when the business needs to connect to the internet and also connect to, allow the customer to connect via the internet to their service. And that means it also open the chance for the hacker to scan the network or scan their application. So the first vulnerability may be the application, because when the hacker has the chance to scan it, that means they may able to discover the application vulnerability, for example, the butterfly attack or the SQL injections. And then another vulnerability may be last year we always heard about the supply chain vulnerability, because some of the applications which come with the product or software, you can't manage it because they install it with one of the components. And you need to think about how we can scan, protect the components by itself, and also just like last year, Log4Shell or Log4j. And then the security team and IT team spend a lot of time to handle that incident. So this is another one of the big issues.
So I got a research that 65% of Hong Kong organizations already adopt cloud solution. So there's a lot of problem on cloud, because at the first moment, in order to make the cloud, your application on cloud successful, I think very important one, the first MC question will be whether you have good security there. Yeah. Because I have experienced a customer, they are using, when they build the application on cloud, they adopt the app native firewall there, and it is not considering a lot of security and access control. So finally, the whole project put down and have to rebuild again. So it seems to me it's just the customer meeting a lot of challenge on how to adopt the security on cloud.
Now, which makes me think, actually, a question for Peter. Now, are you facing any of these similar threats that they just mentioned? And as a CTO, I'm kind of curious, like, what are your major challenges when you're trying to say, to make a balance or attempt at least the user experience, and when you're decentralizing the healthcare with the organization's security? Because I guess you can't really do it in a perfect manner. The decision just goes to how you can actually strike a good balance. Can you actually let us know how you do that?
Thank you. So in this incident, when we talk about decentralized healthcare, that's something that Prenetics are looking to do and are on track for that. I think one of the key things is, if you look at traditional healthcare, where an individual goes to a clinic or a hospital, all of that is ring-fenced within the premise. Right? You go into, you provide that data stays mostly in that clinic or in that hospital. Now, if you want to decentralize that in terms of the products and services, you start moving that experience away from those centralized locations, and you have a decentralized service and decentralized experience where the user can do everything at home. When you look at that, then you start looking at, hey, how do we cover and make sure that all our security are in place through that data flow? The data transmitted between the individual at home and into our cloud services, for example, our cloud infrastructure, how that is secured, and how can we secure first? You look at the TCP/IP stack. You go from application layer, you go from network layer, even as much as going to application layer. Then we start talking about user experience. We talk about MFA. We talk about zero trust access for customer as well as for employees. You look at all of this and you say, how do I enable this? For example, how do I enable 2FA? But then how can I actually make sure that the attack surface is minimized? Because at the end of the day, we're talking about sensitive data from customers. And so we're talking about, for example, minimizing session timeout. For example, that's one way of doing it, or minimizing after the timeout for these sessions, for the individual accessing the app. When you look at that, then you start looking at user experience and say, well, then does that mean the user needs to keep logging in again or logging out again? Is that going to damage the user experience? How do you then use new technology or new approach and new methodology to circumvent that? Or should I say, bring this user experience back on par and then allow the user to use our digital experience seamlessly? There are methods out there which allow us to maintain that security posture.
Holistic, but definitely complicated by exponentially. Just listening to that, it seems like all the gears actually have to work. in sync, everybody doing the right thing at the right time. As a security practitioner, what are some of, like, say, the major security challenges that you had when delivering these digital experiences? And also, what are some of the top security challenges that you can foresee in, say, 2023?
All you heard Peter talk about the defense strategy, and you just wonder how can we do it all. So this is the major challenge. Resources, money, time, these are the major concerns. Technology keeps evolving, and neither the risk, the attack vectors keep evolving. Every year you got one or two or even more new attack vectors, and you need new solutions, or even you need to redefine your defense strategy. And we can't wait. Business can't wait, and neither hackers don't wait. So how can you race against this security competition with hackers? We need to do it fast, and it is speed. And there is no perfect defense strategy. The major challenges, like COVID, you have where are you prepared for compromise? You have to prepare. This is many companies, especially the mid-size or small scale company, didn't think about this.
Now, back to Nick, actually, I wanted to ask, with system hostings across, say, multiple clouds and being accessed by users with multiple devices and endpoints, how do organizations actually overcome these challenges? Not that it's not complicated enough already. How do they overcome that?
Back to the question about the access with multiple devices and everywhere. I think this issue has been with us for already 3 years since COVID. So Peter has already elaborated a lot on the CITIC-MiiND. Actually, the CITIC-MiiND Zero Trust, we will make it as a essential part to your network and the device. So I think the very important point is Zero Trust is not only network or either endpoint. They should be integrated.
Now, just as kind of like a roundup, can everyone maybe just share a little bit of a takeaway for our audience? Like, what do you think matters in terms of building a comprehensive security strategy that boosts digital immunity, say, in 2023? Perhaps, I don't know, in order, Peter, would you like to start? Just in order.
So, I think in terms of information security and data security, the key thing is going to be the people and the technology. So we have to really put the two together. From in terms of technology, you take a layer approach. You're trying to learn what's in the industry. You learn from the experts on solutions they provide, and then what we can actually do what they can help us to strengthen our security posture, and design an architecture where we can make changes without compromising security, the shift left mentality.
My advice is you have to build a security management system with a qualified security team. You need to understand your needs, your weaknesses, keep evolving your defense strategies, reviewing things, either policy, technology, or process. You have to keep reviewing and evolving as the technology evolves. Otherwise, the protection works today may not be work tomorrow.
So yeah, I want to rethink what Peter said. Yeah, I think the talent, building up our talent is really important. So from the information from our government census, there is 100,000 IT workers in the market, but only 1.2% is for the IT security. So it's come up to around only 2,000 people is working on the IT security, cybersecurity expertise. So build up the awareness and then build up our specialty in the market is important to make the game change. So I think this is really important.
And and Terry?
I think one of the very important one is you need to understand what you have, because if you don't know what you inside your network, then how can we talk about the protection and also the monitoring? So after that, we also need to have the end-to-end monitoring for all the components, because the IT team or the company have a lot of solutions at this moment. and maybe have the network or the multi-cloud monitoring, and how can we correlate together? And also, after we find something or we discover the incident, then we need to automate the activities because it takes very long time for the security team or the IT team to handle the incidents. If you can automate the process and then they can take their time to handle some of the critical tasks or spend their time for holiday or maybe training.
Thank you so much, all. I want to just have everyone just join me in a round of applause. Thank you so much.